I mean, that technically fixes the problem, but let's be honest, it could still be a lot better. Whether you use your garage for a gym, a workshop, working on cars, a wood shop, storing crap, or even the lunacy of the traditional thing of keeping your car parked in here, which I don't think I've ever used my garage as that. More lighting in your garage is always a good thing. So as you can see from the intro, in my garage I've got these fluorescent lights. I might add that when I moved in I didn't even have those. They had like the single one bulb like fixture that you couldn't light a 6x6 closet with, and it was really dark in here, but I put in a bunch of these fluorescent lights. A company the other day reached out to me, a company, Adiding, you might have seen this in a vlog I did a little bit ago. I talked about these briefly, but how would you pronounce that? Adiding? We all know that I'm horrible with names. Adiding. Anyway, they reached out to me and wanted to send me some of their LED high bay fixtures. These dudes. Oh. They play music. By the way, in today's video, you might hear a humming in the background. I apologize for that. You're just gonna have to deal with it. I'm in my garage and the AC unit's out here, so when it's on, there's gonna be some background grumbling. Sorry about that. You can either mount these guys, oh Jesus Christ. You can either mount these guys on a hanger like such, in this picture here, or they come with a bracket like such. I think I'm gonna go for bracket because then you can kind of aim them a little bit, which is kind of cool because then if you like put them outside somewhere, you can aim them around. Now, you're probably thinking, Jeremy, aren't high bay warehouse lights a little overkill for a garage? I would say that's ridiculous. There's no such thing as overkill. More is always better. Okay, well maybe that's not completely accurate, but my theory is if they work well enough to light big warehouses, it's got to be just downright awesome for a garage. Just to hit some of the statistics on these bad boys that I wrote down before we get to installing. 19,500 lumens, which is bright. 150 watts, which is a 600 watt equivalent in a normal bulb. IP65 waterproof. You can't submerge them in water or anything, but they are good for outdoor applications. You can mount them outdoors, and if it rains on them, they're gonna be all right. They also have a 120 degree beam angle, so the light comes out 120 degrees from the light, just to kind of give you an idea if you're worried if it's super spotty. 120 degrees isn't super spotty, so as long as you get them, 8 feet or so off the ground, you should be good to go. So, unfortunately, they have to be wired. They're not plug-in or anything like that. And I want to run them on a separate switch, so that means I got to do some electrician work today, which I'm not a fan of because it's Florida, it's 8,000 degrees, and that means I got to get in my attic. So I'm not looking forward to that. They were kind enough to send me 2, so we're going to mount 2 of these dudes in here, probably along this back area right here, because this tends to be the darkest part as it's the farthest away from the garage door when it's open. Enough to be said about that. Well, let's do some electric work and get these puppies mounted so we can kind of see what they look like. Have I ever mentioned how much I hate attics? Especially in the summer. So hot, so hot. Okay, so all wired up. Let's test this thing out and see if I hooked it up right and how bright this big boy is. Those are the old lights. You can see that's how much light the old lights put off. New one. Bad idea. Don't look directly at it. It's good though. They're definitely like the sun. Imagine the sun in your garage. That's probably why they're dimmable. But I mean, it's good if you want lots of light. That's your dude. Let's get the other one set up now. I think I solved my garage lighting issue. I can no longer say that there is any lack of light in this garage. When these things are on and all the other lights are on, it is like daytime in here. There is literally no difference between outside during the day and in this garage. They are that bright. We started this video with a problem and it has been resolved. So that was just a quick look at the finished product. What they look like all installed, kind of showing you outside at night how bright it is in here. It's like a freaking ballpark. Have you ever been to like a baseball stadium or like a ballpark at night? That's about how bright these things are. But overall, really great. Super high quality materials, really easy install. The only installation issues I ran into were problems because I had to run a separate switch. If you already had boxes in your ceiling and wiring already there and you didn't have to run stuff, you could have these things installed in probably 15 or 20 minutes. If I had to say any cons about these, the only thing is they are really, really bright. And I don't know that that's a con because if you're looking for these kind of lights, you probably want them to be really bright. But I probably would utilize the dimmable feature of these things and put them on a dimmer and or do like I did and put them on a separate switch so you don't have to have them on all the time if they're a little too bright. But in general, brightness is what you're going for, so I can't really say that's necessarily a con. Other than that, guys, that's it for me today. Big thanks to the guys at Adiding. I hate myself for that. I hate that I cannot pronounce stuff. Or is it that I can't read? Which one is it? I don't know. But anyway, that's it for me today, guys. Hopefully this helps you out. I know a lot of you guys probably have a similar issue that I did with your garage being a little darker than you'd like, so hopefully this is maybe a solution to your problem. If you have any questions about these guys that I didn't cover, as always, feel free to put some questions in the comments below, and I will answer to the best of my ability. If you're not a subscriber, please consider doing so. We'd love to have you on board. I hope everybody is having a fantastic week. Dramatic pause. And we will see you in the next video.